Good morning, everybody. We will call to order our December 6th, 2022 regular meeting of the Mason County Board of Commissioners. We're going with our Pledge of Allegiance. Leo, would you mind leading us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 3, roll call. Clerk, please take roll.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Very good, thank you. Moving on to item number 4, correspondence and organizational business. Item 4.1, correspondence. If the clerk would please report the correspondence.
2023 levy and budget documentation was received from Mason County Fire District 5, 6, 11, and 16, the Port of Grapeview, and the Port of Allen. The Educational Service District 113 sent in the 2023 tax certifications for collections for the Shelton School District and certification of excess levies for Southside, Grapeview, Mary M. Knight, Pioneer, Hood Canal, McCleary, and Alma school districts. And U.S. Fish and Wildlife announced the availability of the draft recovery plan for Taylor's Checker Spot Butterfly.
Great, thank you very much. Moving on to item 4.2, Mason County Heritage Grant Cycle News Release. Michael McSims.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Before I read the news release, I just want to introduce you, Luke, excuse me. You will be replacing me on the HBC at the beginning of the year. The Mason County Commissioners and the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission are pleased to announce that applications are being accepted for the 2023 annual Mason County Heritage Grant Cycle. On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission administers the Mason County Heritage Grant Program to assist projects that promote the public's access to county history. The program is funded with a portion of document recording fees collected by the Mason County Auditor. The allocation of these fees for projects that promote historical preservation or historical programs, which may include preservation of historic documents, is authorized under RCW 3622-170. The revenues accrued to a dedicated fund and may not be used for any purpose other than those stipulated in the statute. Grants in amounts of up to $5,000 may be awarded to qualified organizations for professional development, public education, small capital projects, collections management, heritage investigations, and historic preservation. This is a reimbursement grant. It is very important that organizations considering application for this grant read the grant guidelines and other details on the Mason County website. Grant applications will be available on the Mason County website. Proposals can be mailed to the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission, 615 West Alder Street, Shelton, Washington, 98584. Applications may also be hand-delivered to 615 West Alder Street, Shelton, Washington. All applications need to be received no later than 4:30 p.m. on January 20th, 2023. 2023. Historic. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Next up, item 4.3, Timberland Regional Library update. Cheryl Haywood.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Great. Good morning, Commissioner Trask, Commissioner Schutte, and Commissioner Netherland. On behalf of the Timberland Regional Library Board of Trustees and staff, thank you for this opportunity to present library updates. Thank you for appointing Ken Sebi as the trustee representing Mason County. With me today is Mary Beth Harrington, Thurston County trustee, Jenny Grenfell, the library manager at North Mason Timberland Library, Annie Bowers from the Hoodsport Timberland Library, and Aaron Stump from the Shelton Timberland Library. You should have received the 2022 updates detailing the highlights I will be sharing with you today. These are fall 2022 updates. Our vision as an agency is libraries connecting to our communities. Our mission is welcoming everyone to a vibrant world of possibilities, connecting people, places, and ideas, and evolving to meet the needs of our communities. We value access for all, working together, diverse communities and ideas, and responsible use of public resources. So here are the updates. They're based on the 2020 to 2024 strategic direction, focusing on local communities and increasing the library's presence in underserved communities, partnering with agencies to support diverse communities, and empowering children from birth to 5. So before I get started, I wanted to share several recent quotes from patrons that exemplifies Timberland Regional Library's impact. "You've changed my life. You got me through the darkest days of the pandemic. I just discovered the library of things and put a backpack on hold in preparation for an upcoming trip to the beach. I can't believe you have Discover passes. What an incredible way to make these accessible for all people. As an occupational therapist, I was floored to find you have adaptive equipment. What an amazing resource to which I can refer the newly housed veterans with whom I work." Since the last time I was here, we have introduced new services, programs, and resources. And I want to take a moment to thank our 250 staff for their contributions this year. So here we go. In terms of collections and technology, we continue with a 0 to 1 day turnaround for new materials out to the libraries. Beginning November 1st, BBC Studio, with over 3,500 hours of classic BBC crime and detective shows, launched on Kanopy. That's Kanopy with a K, Knopy, which is a streaming service from trl.org. Also, Library of Things that I just mentioned in the quote, it grew. Thanks to the Pacific Shellfish Institute, we now have 2 exploring plankton kits that are available at the Olympia Timberland Library as per the request of the Pacific Shellfish Institute. Thanks to the Friends of Montesano, we now have a new kitchen tools library of things at the Montesano Timberland Library. We have fishing kits, thanks to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service via a grant that expanded from the Mountain View Timberland Library in Randall, now available at Hawks Prairie, Lacey, and Tumwater Timberland Libraries, and these are open to everyone. Again, this is a request by U.S. Fish and Wildlife to request these fishing kits be available at these libraries. We received 30 additional Checkout Washington passes and kits funded by the Washington State Parks Foundation, containing park passes, binoculars, and guidebooks. We also installed 300 new public internet and access catalog stations at the 29 libraries in Mason, Thurston, Lewis, Pacific, and Grays Harbor counties. We partnered with the Capital STEM Alliance and received a grant of $7,500 for early math backpacks for ages 3 through 8. These are available at the Shelton Timberland Library and the Chehalis Timberland Library, available to everyone for checkout. So this was in partnership with Capital Region ESD 113 and the Capital STEM Alliance. It's an early math engagement pilot program. It created 20 math backpacks, which contain picture books and launch pads and manipulatives and a game focusing on early math concepts. We hope that we will be receiving additional funding in the new year for additional backpacks. We also partnered with the Hands-On Children's Museum in Olympia, who generously provided 500 activity kits for all 29 libraries. The Hands-On Children's Museum, in collaboration with the Squaxin Island Museum and Library Research Center, along with other generous funders, donated 500 STEAM activity kits celebrating the Squaxin tribe's relationship to the Salish Sea, salmon, and weaving. The museum collaborated with tribal artists and teachers to create the kits for kids in kindergarten through 5th grade. There are 2 kits. One is the Salmon and the People of the Water for grades kindergarten through 3, and the Coast Salish Weaving for grades 3 to 5. In terms of programs, story times are in person at all 29 libraries, which began in September of this year. There are play groups and different types of story times and STEM programs and early learning friendly library spaces. Due to demand, we continue to offer a bilingual story time in English and in Spanish via Zoom to maintain family access to this service, and it's available on our YouTube channel at trl.org. We just added a new early literacy activity for ages birth to 6 and their caregivers. There's no solid start date or end date to this program. It is called Grow a Reader, available in English and in Spanish. And we thank a local artist for her artwork for the keepsake, where caregivers will write the child's favorite books. This is the artist Nikki McClure. This past summer, we had our largest program of the year, the Summer Library Program, from June 1st to August 31st. 9,603 people attended 652 programs, which were either virtual, in-person, or off-site for early learners, school-age, teens, families, and adults. Thank you to the staff. This, again, is the largest program we put on all year. It takes almost all year to coordinate and produce this program. In September of this year, we had library card sign-up month, just like other public libraries do across the nation. 5,423 people signed up for new library cards in the region. In terms of expanded access hours, which I have mentioned to you in the past, this is for 18 years of age and older. People can opt into this and get a key card to access libraries beyond the time the staff are there. It's now available at the Hoodsport Library, Ocean Park Library, Packwood, and McCleary Libraries, as well as Nacelle. In terms of the West Olympia Timberland Library, which is a demonstration library, a lucky day library, which means this is a library of all best-selling items demonstrating the need for this library at the Capitol Mall in West Olympia. It is currently the 10th busiest in circulation of the 29 libraries year to date. And it opened about 18 months ago with a 2-year lease. What we see are people coming from all the 5 counties, including Mason County, going to this mall. And I'm here today to share good news that our Board of Trustees has approved the extension of the lease for another 2 years from May 1st, 2023 to April 30th, 2025. We will be doubling the size of that current location, and it'll be ready spring of 2023. So this is a rental, and the lease is being paid for by the city of Olympia. Also, beginning May 1st of this year, this library is open on Sundays from 10 to 5. Timberland is here for everyone, providing hope and resilience, providing learning and growth, providing space for creativity and community. I want to end by sharing a quote from Rita Dove, an American poet and essayist and former poet laureate that I hope will resonate with all of us. The library is an arena of possibility, opening both a window into the soul and a door onto the world. Thank you for this opportunity to provide and share with you the latest updates. Do you have any questions or comments?
Very good, thank you, Cheryl. Commissioners, any questions for Cheryl?
Comment real quick. Cheryl, I want to thank you. You and I are on the Pack Mountain team, and your contributions to, I guess, all these committees that you and I are on together, and your passion for the library is truly appreciated. So thank you so much, and thank your team. You've got a great team also.
Thank you very much. I will.
Great. Cheryl, just one quick question for me. So if you looked at the hours for our branches, let's say in February of 2022, and compared that to December of 2022, pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, where are we hours of service wise at our branches?
I think you might be a little bit more because we changed the hours this year, at the beginning of this year, and I think I probably shared those numbers with you back in February of this year or March when I visited with you. And of course, I'm not prepared right now off the top of my head what that was. But I do know that overall, we did add extra hours to overall to the whole district at the beginning of this year. So what I can do is go back in my notes and email your clerk to share that with you.
Great. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Commissioners, anything else? Okay, very good. Well, thanks, Cheryl. Thanks to your entire team. Appreciate them making time to join us this morning, too.
Thank you.
Great, take care. Moving on to item number 5. This is our open forum for citizen input. It's an opportunity for members of the public to address the commission on any items that are not on today's agenda. Are there any members of the public in the room that would like to address the commission? Okay, not seeing any. Moving on to Zoom. Are there any members of the public on Zoom that would like to address the commission on items that are not on today's agenda? Okay, seeing none there, we'll move on to item number 6, adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the agenda as written.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the agenda as written. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, approval of minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the minutes October 12th, 18th and 19th, and 31st, 2022 budget workshop minutes, October 31st, 2022 briefing minutes. as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the October 12th, 18th, 19th, and 31st, 2022 budget workshop minutes and the October 31st, 2022 briefing minutes as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to item 8, approval of our action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on today's action agenda, at which time a commissioner or member of the public may ask to have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote. I will take items 8.1 through 5. Commissioner Netherland, if you'd please take 8.6 through 10. And Commissioner Trask, if you'd please take 8.11 through 8.15. Item 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims clearing fund warrant numbers 8091997 through 8092483 in the amount of $1,418,196.47. Direct deposit fund warrant number 92015 through 92411 in the amount of $820,547.89. And salary clearing fund warrant number 7007029 through 7007051 in the amount of $540,332.70. And treasurer electronic remittance in the amount of $166,901.74. Item 8.2, approval for information technology to advertise a request for bids for performing the construction of the downtown campus fiber optic upgrade project and to set a bid date and time. Item 8.3, approval for the county administrator to sign the agreement with Spyglass Group LLC to audit the county's landline and cell phone bills. Item 8.4, approval for the chair to execute the County Road Administration Board Rural Arterial Program Project Prospectus contract for the Bear Creek Dewato Road improvements from milepost 0.430 to milepost 1.020. And item 8.5, approval of the resolution amending the 2022-2023 Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy project list to include a request for $20,000 from the Port of Grapeview to support operations and maintenance of the port's boat launch, restroom areas, and boat dock.
Mr. Chair, item number 8.6 reads approval for the county administrator to sign the contract awarding funding from the 09 Rural County Sales and Use Tax Fund number 103 in the amount of $20,000 to the Port of Grapeview to support operations and maintenance of the port's boat launch, restroom areas, and boat dock. Item number 8.7, approval for the Chief Public Defender to sign the 2023 Office of Public Defense grant in the amount of $64,058 for the period January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023. Item number 8.8, approval for the chair to execute amendment number 1 of the agreement with Parametrics for the further post-closure monitoring and on-call service for the Mason County Eels Hill landfill for the maximum payable amount of $29,507.08. Item number 8.9, approval to purchase a Teradyne armored vehicle instead of a Bearcat armored vehicle as approved on the October 25th, 2022 using $342,000 in American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funding. Approval to add $61,493 to the Sheriff's Office 2023 general fund budget to fund the approximate difference in cost above the $342,000 approved ARPA funds, and approval for the board to sign the resolution authorizing a sole source purchase from Teradyne Armored Vehicles Incorporated for this specific vehicle. And item number 8.10, approval of the resolution amending the Mason County's personnel policy.
Item 8.11, approval to add the American Institute of Certified Planners certification to the approved list under the career incentive policy in the Mason County personnel policy. Item 8.12, approval to make the market adjustment to the therapeutic courts program manager position and move it from a range 25 to a range 27 on the non-represented salary range alignment. Item 8.13, approval to sign the letter of concurrence with Lewis County reappointment of Brian Zylstra to the Timberland Regional Library Board of Trustees for a term that will expire December 31st, 2029. Item 8.14, approval for the county administrator to draft and sign an agreement with Community Lifeline to provide $34,789.84 for 24/7 cold weather sheltering services for up to 35 people experiencing homelessness. Item 8.15, approval for Public Health and Human Services to formally accept funding from the Washington State Department of Health for a WIC clinic.
Very good, thank you, Commissioners. Having read through the items on today's action agenda, are there any items Commissioners would like to have removed for separate discussion and vote? Okay. Are there any members of the public in the room that would like to have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote? Okay, seeing none. Any members of the public on Zoom that would like to have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote? Please unmute yourself or raise your hand. Okay, seeing none there, I would entertain a motion on today's action agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of today's action agenda as presented in its entirety.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve today's action agenda as presented. Any discussion?
Yes. On item number 8.14, approval for the county administrator to draft and sign an agreement with Community Lifeline. I myself, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm not going to stand in its way. I would hope that before we give them any other monies, that we have certain provisions put in place that we talk about it with the city. That, for example, that if they are unruly or if there's any issues, there's certain things that bring about being excluded from the facility, along with giving them a pamphlet showing them how to get to the other counties with that free transit that we now provide, leaving the counties to get there for further services if they can't be less than unruly here. I also think that we should be paying the same as what the city is putting in for it. It's a city issue, which is $20,000. But with that being said, I understand everybody's trying to do the best they can to make things work, and so I will not stand in the way. I will be voting in favor of it.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Trask, any comments?
Nope.
Okay. With that, I will call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, and the motion carries. Moving on to item number 9, other business. Any department heads or elected officials in the room that would like to address the commission?
Okay.
Kelly Frazier.
Good morning.
I
have
Nobody ever takes us up on
I
that.
know, but I had a couple things I wanted to bring up. First off, I want to thank the PUD, Christmas Town Kiwanis, and my facility staff for lighting the Christmas tree. If you haven't seen it, swing by at night. They came and fixed it again last night, so yeah, it looks great. Secondly, the Mason County employees. I want to do a shout out to Ben Ramsfield, Trish Willett, Mariah Frazier for stepping up to the plate and doing the employees bake sale this year. That's going to be on the 16th. So we need all the help we can get. On the 5th through the 16th, we're doing a hygiene drive. All of that is going to the local food banks. And this year we are doing, the bake sale money is going to the Youth Connection, and then we'll pass an envelope that's going to the senior center. So I just wanted to get that out there. That's all I have.
Excellent. A couple of years ago, Tim Whitehead and I were privileged to judge a cookie contest, and so I just want to make Tim and myself available again if that is.
We do have.
I mean, I didn't think that was going to be a one and done thing.
We did a good job.
Yeah. Nope. Really, nobody did better than us. I mean, I think we really won that.
We
day,
do have a
so.
lot of plans this coming up year 2023. We want to potentially light the courthouse. We want to continue with going green for Veterans Day. We're going to do bigger and more things. So if you want to join, if you need or want to come on board, get a hold of one of us and we'll set up times to meet.
Excellent. Yeah,
Thanks.
fantastic. Yeah, no, and to PD3 for their help on the Christmas tree. I think our Christmas tree looks fantastic outside
Yes.
of the historic courthouse. So fantastic job by you and your crew as well.
Yeah. Also recognize that wreath. It's above the door. It's
Oh, yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark?
Diane Zorn would like to organize a Christmas tree lighting ceremony next year.
Excellent.
So she'll work with Kelly to make sure that we invite the families to come in the evening
Yeah.
when we light the Christmas tree, and
That would be cool.
she's excited about it.
Appreciate Diane stepping up once again.
Yeah, me too.
Great.
And if you need other cookie tasters, I'm sure that there's others that would like to volunteer.
Yeah.
You have an emoji up there for
I think that's Diane's. I think that's Diane's. I'm excited to step up emoji right there. I was actually anticipating another emoji from Diane. It's very welcome. Any other department heads or electeds that would like to address the commission, either in the room or on Zoom? Okay, very good. With that, move on to item number 10, our public hearings. We're moving on to item 10.1. a continuation of the public hearing from November 22nd, 2022 to certify to the county assessor the amount of taxes levied for county purposes and the amount of taxes levied for road for 2023. An increase to the road property tax levies for 2023 may be considered. The current expense tax levy resolutions were approved by the Board of County Commissioners during the November 22nd, 2022 public hearing, so I ask staff to come forward and brief what's left for us to do.
Okay, thank you. This is a continuation of the public hearing from November 22nd, as you stated, and pursuant to RCW 84.52.070, it is the duty of the county commissioners on or before the 15th day of December in each year to certify to the county assessor the amount of taxes levied upon the property in the county for county purposes, and on or before the first Monday in December, the respective amounts of taxes levied by the board for each taxing district for district purposes. The requested actions, and there are 2 requested actions. The first one is move to increase the 2023 road property tax levy by 11.83%, bank excess capacity, and set the levy at $11,481,344.58. And this includes a diversion of the road levy of $1,080,000. And I want to explain that 11.83% is not an actual overall increase. That is a shifting of the $1,080,000 from the current expense levy back to the roads levy. So just for the public, that is not an 11.83% increase in your taxes. The second requested action is move to adopt the 2023 road property tax levy resolutions and adopt the resolution certifying to the county assessor the property tax levies for collection in 2023. And I want to thank Sierra in the assessor's office for all of her help in producing the resolutions. She's really good at what she does, and so thank you very much, Sierra. So,
Very good, thank you. Commissioners, any questions for staff? Any members of the public, either in the room or on Zoom, have questions for staff? Okay, not seeing any questions, we'll move on to our public comment period. Again, if there's a member of the public in the room, please raise your hand to make public comment. Seeing no public comment in the room. Any members of the public on Zoom that would like to make public comment, please unmute yourself or raise your hand. Okay, seeing no public comment on Zoom. Mackenzie, did we receive any written comment on item 10.1?
No, we did not.
Okay, very good, thank you. With that, we'll close the public comment period and move to commissioner deliberation or motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to increase the 2023 road property tax levy by 11.83%, bank excess capacity, and set the levy at $11,481,344.58. This includes a diversion of the road levy of $1,080,000.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to increase the 2023 road property tax levy by 11.83%, bank excess capacity, and set the levy at $11,481,344.58. This includes a diversion of the road levy of $1,080,000. Commissioners, any discussion?
Just a comment, I want to reiterate what was said. Thank you, Jennifer, for making it clear. To the public, this is not a true tax increase. It's a shifting of the tax that we were paying on one pocket, moving it over to another pocket. We're actually not doing the 1% increase that we are allowed to do for our regular increases. This is just a shifting of where it's going, basically. That tax is going back to the roads where it was originally at before we shifted it out to use it for patrol or road patrol in the sheriff's department. They're still getting it. We're just doing it now out of the general fund. So again, for the general public, this is not a tax increase, even though it sounds like it when you're reading it. Not in any way. It's just a shifting of where the money is.
Thank you. Commissioner Trask, any comment?
No, said it all.
Okay. With that, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. Move on to our second motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the 2023 road property tax levy resolutions and adopt the resolution certifying to the county assessor the property tax levies for collection in 2023.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the 2023 road property tax levy resolutions and adopt the resolution certifying to the county assessor the property tax levies for collection in 2023. Commissioners, any discussion? I didn't say anything when we first had our first round of adoptions a couple of weeks ago, and so I was saving my praise and thanks until we completed our task here. But just appreciate, Jennifer, your work on this, as well as our assessor, Patty McLean, and Sierra Stiles from her office. The working relationship with the assessor's office has continued to get better over my time here as a commissioner, and just appreciate how well our departments work together in order to get the people's business done. And so just very grateful and happy to do these levy certifications for the third year without increasing anyone's property tax at the county level in Mason County. So thank you for all that. If there's no additional discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, and the motion carries. And with that, we'll close our public hearing and move on to item number 11, which is our board calendar and reports. I'll begin with Commissioner Trask, Commissioner Netherland, and then I'll finish up.
All right, thank you. This afternoon, I have a Public Works Board Traditional Committee meeting. Tomorrow, a Community Action Council financial and personnel meeting. DNR Beneficiary Coalition update. Have the septic people coming out to fix our septic. It's exciting, I know, right? Capital Housing Technical Assistance webinar, Public Works Executive Committee meeting. There's a fun cook-off challenge that Turning Point is having on Thursday night. It's virtual. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
A virtual cook-off?
A virtual cook-off, yeah.
Well,
I don't think I like those.
I'm not sure what the smell will be at my house.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how your septic gets fixed, I guess.
Yeah.
Good point. Area Agency on Aging meeting. Gonna have a fun-filled trip to Leavenworth this weekend. Back for county briefings on Monday. Wasatch Virtual Assembly. Turning Point Fundraising Committee meeting. We're having a Turning Point retreat on Wednesday, but I have some meetings mixed in with that. So Board of Natural Resources meeting, Community Action Council meeting. Our office Christmas party is on Thursday. Should be fun. And it's the White Elephant Party too, so that's always interesting. Public Works Executive Committee meeting. Turning Point is hosting a hot chocolate booth at the Maze. So come on down and check in with us. Helping the Shelton youth with their gala this year, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. Our church is having a performance at the high school. Come on down, that should be fun too. And then back for briefings, Wasatch Virtual Assembly and Commission meetings.
And I have a glitch on my calendar, so I'm just going to go through North Basin Chamber of Commerce meeting, Board of Health meeting, Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization meeting, Executive Board. Also had a meeting with North Basin School District, Law Enforcement and Firefighters meeting. I had a legislative meeting for the Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization as well. Coming up, we have briefings. Oh, we definitely had budget hearings and budget briefings, and we were there together for that. Briefings, we have, there's going to be a live nativity scene on Sunday. I really look forward to those. I will probably be on the Wasatch Virtual also. I never say anything, I just attend, take in information. There's another celebration of life up in North Mason that actually, it's bringing about a new change. You've heard me talk about it a little bit here in the past. Our health department has really gone out and about to educate people on Narcan and the ability to save lives with it. This last fentanyl death was an accidental fentanyl death. They weren't even thinking they were doing anything like that, but it doesn't matter. And it's a death is a death because of fentanyl again. And the restaurants are now going to be reaching out because this happened right there. They're going to be reaching out to get those Narcans and to get trained on it, and that just helps everybody. Let's see, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority meeting, the full board meeting of the Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization, ORCA Finance meeting as well, and then we will have our briefings and we'll do it all over again.
Very good, thank you. Moving forward, today I have, I think, an EDC Legislative Committee meeting as well as a meeting with UW on behavioral health and substance use. Later on this week, I'll be meeting with Commissioner Cody Morris from the Port of Hoodsport. Also be attending the newly elected commissioner trainings for our state association, WASAC. As well as the end of the year Olympic Health and Recovery and Thurston Mason BHASO staff appreciation event. Also meeting at the end of this week with Mayor Anisco and Deputy Mayor Schmidt with the City of Shelton. Back for briefings and our Mason Crisis Services System of Care Work Group. Have a meeting on getting updates with Loretta on the Skokomish Valley project. Meeting with Chris Tibbs from the ARC. Have a MACECOM board meeting as well. Also may be attending the Board of Natural Resources meeting, as well as a IT steering committee meeting, Thurston Mason Behavioral Health Administrative Service Organization Governance Board meeting, Alliance for a Healthy South Sound, and a MACECOM supervisor meeting, and I will be trying to get into our office holiday party as well. Be attending the employee holiday bake sale, and Tim and I stand ready for our invitation to that again, as well as our law enforcement assisted diversion policy coordinating group, and then back for briefings and my bi-monthly staff check-in with the Thurston Mason BHASO before our next commissioner, our final commissioner meeting for 2022. Commissioners, anything else to come?
I may be at the White Elephant, I may be at the bake sale.
Cover your base.
Yeah.
Excellent.
If it's here, we'll be there.
That's right, yeah, good chance.
I will be a purchaser, not a baker.
Yeah. Okay, if there's nothing else to come in front of us, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chair, I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries. Have a great day, everybody.